Hi, and welcome to Community Voices. I'm AnnaMarie Jones. With me today are Brian Pugh and Shelia Palmer. Brian is the board president and grants committee chair, and Shelia is the director of the Radnor Educational Foundation. They're here to share the amazing news about the wonderful educational services that Radnor Educational Foundation provides. Brian and Shelia, thank you so much for joining me today. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Great, thank you for having us.
Great, let's start out, Shelia, with you. What is Radnor Educational Foundation's mission in our community, and when did the foundation start?
So it started in 1994 when the then superintendent of the Radnor Township School District and some of the people on his board that recognized that a lot of teachers had some very interesting ideas to extend the curriculum for the students. But it was difficult to do that when the school board had, in terms of issues with trying to get their budgets. And so what they did was they decided to put together an educational foundation. And from there, our mission statement is to secure and provide funding and support to enrich the educational experience, maintain academic and excellence, and innovative opportunities for the students of the Radnor Township School District.
Okay, great. And Brian, who receives the Radnor Educational Foundation grants? Can you give us some instances of these grants?
Yeah, great question. So the foundation supports grants from really anybody in the community, whether you're a student, part of the administrative staff, just a parent, a business in the community that's looking to, as Shelia mentions, enrich the educational experience. So the process is a grant-driven process, letter of intent and applications, and we fund anywhere from STEM projects, arts and culture. We help with classroom setup and furthering education around theater in those areas.
Okay, great. So give me an example of one of the grants. Let's talk about the specifics of one of them, or one of the programs that derived from a grant.
One that always comes to top of mind is we have a summer reading program that we've been supporting for several years, and it's all built around the kids coming in for the summer, but adding an incentive not only to obviously get them over the hurdle from an educational standpoint, but provide them tangible books and a fun experience at the end. It's all driven by how much you show up. It's not driven by how much you read. Obviously, it's a component of it, but the idea is show up, get the education. At the end of it, we'll give you a reward through what we call book bucks.
Right.
They get to go pick out the books at the end of the year and then have a little celebration around ice cream and candy.
That's fantastic. So the point of the program is to keep kids who are on maybe the summer slide from continuing to slide?
Definitely helps with the staying engaged. I know it's something that I personally try and do with my children, but also it helps those that may be behind a little bit in the reading program, and it gets a more hand-on, smaller approach between 20 or 30 kids over summer.
That's great. And I mean, there are so many programs that Radnor Educational Foundation provides. Two that I thought were really neat, the Neighbors Helping Neighbors program. Shelia, do you mind talking about that one?
Sure. So that's a program, again, where we had a situation where some of the principals noticed that, there are some families that have needs in the community, and sometimes it might be a situation where they can't make them rent, or they need food, or something for their children to do. And so what we do is we work with the school district social workers, and they will reach out and assess what the situation is going on, and then they'll come back to us and we'll, work with them in terms on what needs to be taken care of, and there's some folks that are able to help with those monetary issues. But the goal there is really to get them back on their feet and have their kids, do what kids need to do, and that's just to be students and not to have to worry about those things. So it's a great program, and we really we think it's wonderful.
Yeah, that's great. I love that Radnor Educational Foundation focuses on those in need, but helping to bolster students as well. Students who might be okay financially, fiscally, but need a little bit more support as well.
Right.
Brian, can you talk about the internship program? Because I think that's a really cool opportunity.
It's definitely a cool opportunity where, and I'm probably going to turn this over to Shelia. She has a little more hands-on experience
great.
with the internship program, but definitely one that's exciting, gets a lot of kids involved, and gets community involvement, which is kind of the bigger mission of REF. How can we get the entire community to support the children in our community?
Right. Do you want to talk more about the internship program?
Sure. So that's something that actually one of our alumni came up with this idea to try to reach out to the people that he had graduated with at the school, and to try to bring them in to help provide great experiences for kids that are either in their junior year or their senior year, and get that sort of experience that you need, so that when you're going out the door to college and later on in life, and just getting those experiences before they really get there and that they're ready.
What are some of the businesses in our community that are part of this program? Where are the kids finding their internships, or who's reaching out to them?
They've done work at the veterinary hospital. They've also done a lot of different business situations, clerical things, and people really enjoy having them. We actually, I think it's Lynn Ann Mastay, she's asked for to have interns every year, that she can have that. And so we reach out to, and again, there's reaching out to the alumni who have businesses. We have some people that actually worked all the way through the summer, and then we have some business owners who decide to maybe do just a full inclusive day or week, and they go from there.
That's great. So if anyone out there in the community would like to get involved, if they have a business, can they reach out to you and say they'd like to be part of this?
Yes.
Which segues into something that's really important. You guys can't be who you are without having community support, is that right?
That's correct.
So what kind of support are you looking for Radnor Educational Foundation?
So we kind of hit it from a couple different approaches. It's the word of mouth, talking to your friends, neighbors, making a personal contribution, however big or small you want to make that. It can either be a cash donation, you can donate something from your company or your personal business, or you can volunteer your hours. I personally volunteer a lot of my time and hours to the foundation, as well as doing financial support. We also have corporate donations. We've put in place this year with Sheila's pushing and urging a more formalized corporate, and that's not a bad thing, it's a good thing for us, where it's a more structured corporate donation process. For certain levels you get certain things. Website support, website recognition, advertising, supporting our Jubilee in February.
Okay.
So there's many ways that an individual can contribute, either personally or through maybe a business they own or the company they work for.
Fantastic. And is the Jubilee the biggest way to garner support from the community?
Yes, it's our
Most fun?
Yes, it's most fun, yes, although we try to be fun all the time, but it's actually, it's our biggest fundraiser, if you will, and it will be at Palm Restaurant, which is over by the, I think there's a wall climbing, and also it had a lot of the, I guess it's like tennis and what have you. Sorry.
Yeah, so it's over by the high. Well, let's make it easier. It's over by the high school.
Right. Okay.
Across the street from call it the bus depot and the Penn Medicine Building. Right next
Radnor
to
Racket.
Yes.
Yeah, right by Radnor Racket and the Radnor Climbing Wall.
Okay.
So February 8th, 2020, Palm.
And how do people get tickets to this Jubilee?
You can get it through anybody that's obviously part of the board. You can reach out through our website, Radnor Foundation, RadnorEducationalFoundation.org. All of our phone numbers and our email addresses are on the site. And then there's also a PayPal link and other links through social media like Instagram and YouTube and Facebook.
Great. And what is to be expected at the Jubilee? What goes on there? Give us some insight.
It's a big party.
Yeah. Live and silent auction items.
Okay. Is there a theme?
Well, basically, it's the anniversary theme, the Jubilee, and we have also a DJ. And
Because it's 25 years, right?
Yes, it's 25 years,
That's
which is a big deal. And we're reaching out to past board members and the founders that put this all together, so we want to acknowledge them as well. We also have people that are donating a smile booth. It's a local dentist practice, and where people can go in and come out with the silly pictures and photos. And it was a great way to have that last year too. People enjoyed that.
Well, sign me up. I want to be there.
Okay, great.
You're invited. You already have a ticket.
That's great. Thank you. And what else would you like to share with us about the Radnor Educational Foundation?
What I would like to say is, and I'm going to look into the camera and make the ask, so each year we send out an appeal. The appeal just went out, so if you're in the township, you received a letter from Radnor Educational Foundation looking for any size donation, any size charitable contribution that you can make to the foundation to help support the kids.
Okay.
Secondarily, we're always looking for great volunteers. Sheila and I were meeting this morning, and that was a big point of conversation is we have a lot of people that want to help. We're looking for more, and we want more people to step up and take on more of a leadership role and active involvement in REF.
Okay, so specifically, where do you need leadership?
We could use additional help in development, raising funds for the foundation.
Okay.
Anybody that has an expertise in certain areas of marketing, finance, development are always good people to have on the board because we're always looking for those new and innovative ways to come up with ideas. The members we have on the board now and those that are on the committee and those that are volunteering, great people. It's always nice to have 2 or 3 of those great people versus 1 to help carry the load.
All right, wonderful.
And people that are comfortable with developing relationships and making the ask.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Brian and Sheila, for joining me today. I hope that the Jubilee is fantastic because this is such a wonderful organization. I've seen firsthand how a lot of your programs support our community, and I commend you on your efforts, your great work.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So if you out there in the community would like to support the Radnor Educational Foundation through volunteerism or through writing a check, please reach out to the RadnorEducationalFoundation.org. Thank you for watching Community Voices. Until next time.